it's really changed everything, because I used to find the Old Testament, I think as most people, well, a lot of people do, is kind of scary. There's lots of scary things happening. I didn't really understand it, especially as a child. I didn't really read the Old Testament, obviously, as a child, but I could relate to Jesus. That was much easier than New Testament. But when I realized that actually the Old Testament has Jesus in it as much as the New Testament, it really changed everything. And just as an example, the story of Abraham and Isaac, I think that was the one where I really got blown away by the parallels that I had never seen before. And, realizing that here was God was asking a father to do something dreadful. And I could never understand, why would God want a father to sacrifice the son he loves? The son he's been waiting forever for, the son of promise, this Isaac. Why would God ask Abraham to sacrifice Isaac? I could never understand it. It just seemed violent and horrible, and how could God ask such a thing? And then I realized God could ask such a thing because he asked such a thing of himself. And where Abraham didn't have to sacrifice his son in the end because God provided the ram for the sacrifice, God did ask it of himself, and Jesus wasn't spared. God lost his only son. So it changed that story from being something that was seemingly violent and disturbing into this most incredible glimpse of what the cross was all about. And so things like that, and even down to the detail of Isaac is climbing that hill with wood on his back, which totally prefigures Jesus carrying the cross on his back. And the fact that he's tied to the altar and doesn't make a sound, he's as quiet as a lamb. And the way Jesus he was as quiet as a lamb going to the slaughter. So that's just a tiny part of the parallels, and I certainly don't know them all, and I'm still learning, and that's the wonderful thing about the Bible. But that story, I just think, is really amazing, how it whispers the name of Jesus.